Ariana Grande, Never Get Over Me. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It Music Reviews Season 12. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. We got a pretty good episode for you today. We're talking about, once again, Ariana Grande. We're on kind of a marathon. Now, here's what I'm kind of thinking here. This is kind of the similar thinking that I did for the Drake and Future thing. I'm thinking about talking about Ariana Grande this week, and then we're going to be doing the Lil Uzi Vert EP that dropped. There's like 6 songs. I want to do a few track reviews and do a little bit of an EP review because it's been a while since Lil Uzi Vert has dropped. And Lil Uzi Vert, since I started this show, he was one of those, rappers that I always liked and made some of the best music in my opinion. So, got to go back and I have to check that out. So, week 1, we're going to do pop music, and then week 2, we're going to be going back to some rap stuff. We're going to be doing Lil Uzi Vert. That's going to be very fun. But anyways, we got this song right here. I just got done listening to it. I need to listen to the whole album. I've listened to like 3 or 4 songs right now. I need to check out the whole thing, just, one at once. I will do that very soon. But let's talk about this song. Starting off with the beat, I will say this is probably not my favorite beat. I'm just going to be honest with you. The synths, they sound okay. The piano sounds okay, but overall, I'm not really messing with the beat that much. It just sounds a little bit too basic. The tempo, the guitar, the drums are just not really hitting in my opinion. I just don't really feel like they sound too great. I wish maybe the drums were a little bit louder. They had a little bit more to them. I just don't really feel the instrumental. Like, that's just my big complaint. It's a little too soulless. It does get carried by the background vocals, which I do like. I do like those kind of R&B background vocals, if that's my favorite genre. So I'll give some points definitely there. I like the background vocals, and the instrumental doesn't sound too terrible or nothing, but this is probably the weakest instrumental. Now, it's not as weak as the first single, which I'm forgetting about the name, but I know that one just had a piano loop. So This one's not as that bad, so it's not like the worst thing, but could it be better? Could there be instrumental switch-ups? Could there be drum switch-ups? Could the synths sound a little bit better? Absolutely. I just think, this song just doesn't sound that good in my opinion. So, instrumental, I'm not really feeling it that much. It's one of those instrumentals that I could kind of care less for. Like when you do the same guitar loop, and I've heard of this guitar loop on every single pop song. When you do that same loop, maybe you add some sense to it, but then you add the same type of drums, the same type of beat that the same loop that I've heard in so many pop songs. You still do the same thing, but the only difference is some synths and some background vocals that sound pretty good. I'm sorry. The elements here are just not really that good. There's only a couple of good elements. The beat's just overall just not that good. So that's just kind of my complaint there. But let's talk about the beginning verse. The beginning verse, I will say, is pretty good. I mean, vocals sound nice, flow sounds nice. I do like the singing. It's just not really bad. This is some pretty good singing from Ariana Grande. We're getting that kind of more of that kind of R&B feel. And maybe it's the heartbreak coming in. Maybe the soul energy. Even if the instrumental is soulless, you still have all these soulful elements in the song. So maybe, with some heartbreak magic, this is just, overall sounding fantastic. So, I mean, the verse is pretty good. Now, I will say, the build-up to the hook. I think this hook is a better build-up than Pedal. Pedal kind of struggled with a hook that, the build-up to was really good. The verses were really good, but once it got to the hook, I didn't really care for much about the hook. I didn't think it was really worth the waiting and the build-up for this hook. This one, though, this one's definitely worth the build-up. This actually is a really good hook. The way she holds her notes out on the hook is just really good. The singing quality is definitely just there, in my opinion. And this is what I'm kind of wanting. If it is going to be a basic instrumental, at least the singing is really fucking good. At least the background vocals are really good. At least, the song structure is actually pretty good. So, I do overall enjoy the singing. I think it sounds pretty good in my opinion. Vocals are overall really good. Flow is overall really nice. And just overall, I'm having a pretty good time with this song. So, when we talk about Ariana Grande, this song, Never Get Over Me, I think the instrumental is lacking something. I think that's what I would really say. The instrumental is just lacking something. Needs something a little bit more. I'm not really liking it that much, in my opinion. But vocals were really good. Singing was really good. The flows were definitely there. So overall, this is not a bad song at all. I'd probably just give it a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10, what'd y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content every single day. And get ready because we got more Ariana Grande reviews coming. And, you know, it's just like I keep, now that I'm talking about it, it keeps happening more. So I'm kind of realizing something. Every time I talk about this whole, group chat thing on my Spotify episodes, I still get more highs just from random-ass people. I mean, I don't even think they're listening to the reviews. You know, we can check right now if one of my questions got answered because, you know, this is what I've always been asking with these, chat people. Do they like the reviews? And still, no response to how do you feel about the reviews, the content itself, what you're commenting on. And still to this day, I've either gotten hate comments or nothing about this. So, you know, I have no idea why this group chat thing keeps happening. Absolutely insane. I'm telling y'all, we went from having a couple of comments on Spotify every once in a while to 100 comments. I'm not even kidding. 100 comments on the Spotify, just on a couple of episodes. Just because these people are using it as a chat room. They're not listening to the episode, I don't even know, but they're using it as a chat room. So there's now I have over 100 comments on Spotify. I do not want to see when I get that email when Spotify talks about, you know, my engagement and they talk about the comments. I don't want to see how much I don't want to see the number because it's going to be a big number because for some reason this just happened on a random day. And as the days have went on, this has not went away. This just keeps happening even more and more. So absolutely insane. I think, you know, the goal is I'm going to stop talking about it. And maybe it'll go away. But I don't even know. I don't even know if that'll even help. This is just crazy. Just one day I wake up and there's 50 comments. Then there's another 50 comments. And now there's even more comments coming. It's just this happened on the YouTube. But it was just all hate comments. So I kind of expect that. That's what we always get. I tell you all the time about the essays that I get, that people send me. But this is not even essays. This is just chat comments. So I've went from just getting hate all the time to now 100 comments of I don't even know why there's even 100 comments. Absolutely insane. But anyways, thank y'all so much for listening to this episode. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Yeah, guys. Bye.